What if I told you that most don't lose their dignity due to what others do to them, but due to what they let? We accept disrespect in the name of peace. We shrink to be liked, we remain silent to be accepted, and each time we betray ourselves to make others happy, a part of our self-respect quietly dies. The Stoics knew something the modern world has forgotten. Respect is not earned. It is demanded, not by ego, not by rank, but by discipline. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." That wasn't a suggestion. It was a mandate. Self-respect isn't constructed in comfort. It is hammered in decision. In this path, we're venturing into 9 cardinal truths that compel the world to revere you, not because you insist upon it, but because you personify it. Not easy words, not palatable wisdom, genuine Stoic flames. These are the precepts that rip away feebleness until only a remnant of strength remains. Before we start, do something if you are serious about earning respect. Don't simply watch this like background noise, practice with it. Like the video now, comment when something strikes you. Don't blink a second, because one skipped truth could cost you the clarity you've been looking for. The first truth is this: never beg respect. Get it through restraint. A weak man responds. A Stoic reacts. Most believe respect is the result of dominance or fear. But control, that is true power. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Each time you lose your temper, you give away your power. Each time you pursue validation, you exchange your self-respect for approval. Restraint isn't weakness. It is command, the person who remains steady when insulted, who smiles when provoked. That is not indifference. That is mastery. Next time someone provokes you, don't blow, don't justify, stand your ground. Because silence, when emanating from strength, demands attention louder than anger ever will self. Respect also resides in your word. You want to know why most folks can't trust themselves? Because they lie to themselves on a daily basis. I'll begin tomorrow. I'll turn over next week. I'll do better soon. And with every breach of promise, your soul remembers. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." When you do not deliver in word and deed, you lose the mirror, and when you lose that, you lose everything. Talk less, but intend every word. Promise less, but keep them at all costs, because your life hangs on it. Because it does. A man whose word is law to himself has no need to prove to others that he is valuable. His reliability does it for him. And then there is the most difficult lesson. Stop explaining yourself to folks who are determined to misunderstand you. You don't owe anyone your peace. You don't owe anyone your story. The world is full of individuals who warp truth into noise because they have not mastered their own. Seneca told us, "A wise man is content with himself." That is not arrogance. That is freedom. You do not have to prove your integrity to small minds. You simply have to remain true to yourself. When you explain yourself to all, you give away your power little by little. Let them talk. Let them guess. The Stoic doesn't pursue understanding. He emits it. The appropriate individuals will sense it. The inappropriate ones will drop off. You've already started to sense it, that quiet within you, the gap between impulsiveness and command. That is where respect develops. You don't command it, you become it, and once you are there, the world can't help but see it. But what comes next goes deeper. Setting standards that make weakness uncomfortable, mastering solitude, and walking so grounded that no insult, no opinion, no judgment can shake you again. Respect isn't gained from being liked. It is gained from being direct about what you will and won't tolerate. Most people lose respect, not because others overstep boundaries, but because they never establish them. The Stoics considered boundaries to be not walls, but mirrors. They mirror how much you respect yourself. When you agree to everything, you water down your power. When you say no firmly, you multiply it, Marcus Aurelius asserted. If it is not right, don't do it. If it is not true, don't say it. Simple words, ruthless standard. Each time you sell out on your values for comfort, you teach the world how to treat you. Stop teaching weakness. Shut up, stand up, and walk away from anything that takes away your peace. Because peace isn't free, it is earned through self-respect. The Stoics were also familiar with solitude. Most people dread solitude because it pushes them to confront who they are without distraction. But in silence is where the soul refines itself. Seneca wrote, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." But he was also cautionary. Don't wait for someone else to make you whole. If your value disintegrates when you are by yourself, you were never on firm footing to begin with. Solitude isn't emptiness. It is purification. It is where your thoughts no longer ring out the voices of others and begin to ring out your own. Walk alone for a bit. Eat in silence. Train in silence. Allow the quiet to try you. Because the man who can hold his own company is worthy of respect in every room he walks into. Folks can feel it. That quiet, that force that proclaims, "I don't have to impress anyone." That is self-respect, quiet, unmovable, compelling. And then there is the quiet strength, the skill of saying nothing. Nowadays, everybody wants the last word. Everybody wants to win, to argue, to prove. But the Stoic understands silence pierces deeper than sound ever will. Epictetus told us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. When you cease explaining, you cease bleeding energy." The individual who has the ability to remain silent when others cry out is the one who is really in power. You don't necessarily have to go to every argument you are invited to. You don't need to win them all. Silence provokes those who live on reaction, because silence, when selected, is not weakness. It is control. It speaks volumes, saying, "I could talk, but I don't have to." Self-respect resides in that pause, in that decision to witness rather than react. The Stoic navigates chaos like still water, peaceful on the surface, deep down. Folks misidentify it as detachment, but it is discipline. You learn to cease fighting for validation and begin protecting your energy. The quieter you become, the more your words will speak. The less you pursue, the more things will come to you. And the less you attempt to demonstrate who you are, the more people begin to feel it without your saying anything. You can see it now, each moment of control, every silence you maintain, every limit you set. It constructs a tranquil fortress around your mind, a place where only you determine what comes in, what remains, and what exits. That is where respect develops. Not from applause or attention, but from ownership. But the last lessons go even further: how to stay dignified in attack, how to select virtue over vanity, and how to stride through the world so unshakable that even chaos bows to your equanimity. Everybody believes dignity is something you receive from other people. The Stoics understood that it is something you guard. They dealt with betrayal, humiliation, defeat, and never lost their way. When the world pushes you, your response determines whether you gain respect or lose it. Marcus Aurelius put it this way: "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." If someone insults you, don't be as bad as them, go higher than they did. When you are disrespected, don't struggle for validation. Allow your composure to shrink them. The instant you react with peace rather than pride, you triumph, because the Stoic never quarrels with fools. He does not combat noise with noise. He overcomes it with silence and dignity. That is not submission. That is mastery. Respect is not gained in good times. It is crafted in the seconds you might lose yourself. And don't. The Stoics did not pursue pleasure. They pursued principle. They did not desire followers. They desired mastery. Seneca once wrote, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." And he was correct. Each time you rise up and decide to behave honorably in a world that is based on shortcuts, that is courage. Each time you do the right thing when nobody is looking, that is self-respect. Whenever you remain cool when the world goes crazy, that is command. There is a deeper law, though. The Stoic never compromises their standard to be liked. You can love individuals and still go alone. You can be compassionate without being weak. You can forgive and yet not ask for disrespect. The Stoic subscribes to one rule: don't betray yourself for comfort. It means walking away when something shows you a lack of respect, even if it is comfortable. It means ending unhealthy relationships that masquerade as friendship. It means remaining on track when distraction beckons your name. The world will attempt to challenge your value. Disregard it. The second you begin justifying why you should be respected, you've lost it. You don't have to justify self-respect. You have to embody it. And here is the ultimate truth. Respect starts and ends with you. If you expect others to look at your value, you'll be waiting forever. But the moment you begin living by your own rules, something shifts. People sense it. Your silence has power. Your boundaries set boundaries without words. Your energy is cost. And those who didn't notice you before now watch with wonder, asking themselves what happened. You changed. You ceased asking permission to be great. You ceased asking to be respected. You became it.